Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the pYanodons painful playthrough. It's fantastic, Mr. Ghost. I have a bunch of things that I've been meaning to talk about, and because the episode went long last time, because all this stuff is so involved now. It's not just oh, look, a couple things, cool. Man, this research is more involved than actually building it, like looking at it. So you see that we have some Zyhiphos here. But there's something that I was looking at, and it is these. Navens Stage 3. I'm like, okay, let me check this out, or I'm looking at the Zyhiphos. And then, because, we have a Factoriopedia now that tells us, hey, you got these things here, look. And I noticed that, ouch, we need the Zyhipho level 3 to make the Navens 3s. And then, now, it didn't jump out at me here with this, because it's saying, oh, you need Navens Mark II, and then you get your 0.4% lousy chance to get a level 3. And they're like, yay, I got a level 3, right? And then you can start this program, the cultivation. And then I look, and I know, like I said, I was looking at the Wikipedia, the information on the recipe, and I'm like, wait a minute, Zyhipho level 2 for Navens 2. Oh no. So we have to run this research because, let's go ahead and queue it up. Oh God, 2,000. Oh geez. So my Navens culture is here. Very easy to maintain. Just water. And there it is. Now, the rub here is we need to spin up we need to get the Navens 3 in order to shut down the Zyhipho 2s, because we need the Naven 2s for the Naven 3s. So you see, it's kind of like all this back and forth crap, and it's driving me nuts. I think that's it, though. I could be wrong. Now, what I have here, I don't really... I don't want to run the research with this monster here. Well, let's take a look. Okay, Phase 2 Zyhiphos. This a creature chamber. That's what we need. It takes the Zyhipho larva and fetal serum, and then it multiplies. So let's mouse over this. So it's a 2-to-1, and we get regular Zyhiphos out of this, which is, you could throw them back into your production area and then have production chew them up. So, it's no reason to waste, you know what I mean? Now, down here, what we have is the larva producer. And this one has it takes one Zyhipho, and it produces 2 larvae with a chance to get 3. Kind of a 30%. And then, you could get Buckus, meaning that it's 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Oh, 2 for 3. So yeah, that's the spin up. It's not that bad, though. I mean, I haven't had a problem with these. Now, when I put the modules in this breeder here, the reproductive complex, I needed 4 to get the modules here, right? And this thing ran and ran and ran for a while. I was like, what the heck? So it was possible I wasn't hitting, and finally it stopped. And, not to mention there's 8 in here, the larvas. And then we have 4 out here. So, the machine takes time to buffer, and then you're getting losses on top of that. So, right here is the level 3 thing here. Oh, look, it says ghost. Hey, I like that. So, this is the level 3 spin up. It's the same, percentages here. And now we get level 2s out, which I do not need. But what we're going to do is save those level 2s, obviously, because we're going to need them for our Naven spin up for the percent chance to get the 3. So we don't want to throw them away. And, I have a bunch in here and a bunch in here. So we got a little bit of a head start. And then when we do our level 3 spin up, our percent chance spin up, then we'll have more. But we need to keep this right here up and running because we're gonna need them for that, Okay, so while that's running, 1%. Let me go through what I did off screen and what I couldn't cover during, the last episode. Really, the last two. I've been having to peel off I got a bunch of things on my list here I wanted to discuss. Now, I did mention the power last time, and I don't think I did. I don't think I mentioned this. I doubled the fuel reproduction here, or production, and then I went ahead and did the KiteCalc level 3s, which I'm using to make the coal dust, and I'm using the recipe, this specific recipe, because it's raw fiber to coal dust. And I like this recipe because it doesn't require any external inputs. It just runs on its own. And if I need to increase this, I can. The only issue, though, is that, I know there's folks out there who are very smart, and they'll go, well, what about the, power footprint? Because you don't want to, take away from power to make power. Don't use your power up to make the power. Well, guess what? These are all the internals are run by the wind turbines here. So if you click on this sucker here, you notice how it went down. I'm running this whole thing on Hout Mark IIs. So the KiteCalcs, running these KiteCalcs is free, basically. And so all the infrastructure here is run off of wind power. All that. So I like wind power. I really do. Cool. The reason I had to spend some time over here is because I was having trouble with the coal dust after I added these two things here. So I was like, well, oh yeah, the coal dust is not going to be able to do its thing. I do have a priority here on this splitter, so at least I can keep one running, because you don't want to split between the two. You want to keep one maintaining and running very good. So that was something I did 2 episodes back, but I didn't have a chance to talk about it till now. Over here by the Negasium build, I had to do a little LTN trickery here. The problem is, as you know, you can't have different thresholds in LTNs. Commandeer here sucks. You can do like a arithmetic commandeer to try and change the value from your case, but you have to do all of them. Some you might be able to pass through, some you have to do a calculation, so it gets pretty messy, and I'd rather just put another stop in. Now, I've done this before on prior builds, where I have a lot of something I need, and like, for example, brains. I need a lot of brains, or I need a lot of flowers or something, so I'll do a second stop. I did it to the bedding, yeah, for the augs. So I'm requesting 600, 400, and then I have this inserter here that makes sure there's 200 in this case at all times. Now, I didn't take this out because I don't mind getting potential double deliveries on the cotton guts, but this Negasium thing is a cotton gut eater. It's 60 freaking cotton guts. So that should fix the problem. I was having this problem with it starving out, and I don't like that. Look at this. Yeah, solidified Socorros. Now, the good thing is, I was talking about burning them up last episode, and there are recipes that will need it. And I think, like, for example, spinning up the Skondrix level 2. This is far off here, so I won't even look at that one. Trits. They require, let's see, that's level 2s. Here we go. We don't have these yet. Or do I? Yotoi. Yeah, these we need for the next. I haven't researched these yet, but we will. I'm not worried about it right now. And then we have a phase 3 cultivation. What is this one here? Oh, moss. Wait a minute. This is a phase 2 moss cultivation. I didn't know these required the Socorros. I have level 3 moss, so I think that's why. Because I have level 3 and it doesn't require the level 2 after that. So it's good to stockpile the solidified Socorros for that reason there. Oh, I wanted to mention I added tall oil here now. I could probably take these two out, but if there's a surge of tall oil, I'd rather have these light oil cracking units here to run through the naphtha really fast, you know, because this is going to be, it's going to build back up. And I have plenty of machines here to do that. So I'd rather have, you know, a lot of machines to process quick. So that leads me over to the, I got to move this thing. Here it is. Yeah, this area has changed a lot, huh? Oh, natural gas. So this I want to take out. I don't need it here anymore. And you'll see that, you know, I got 39,000 naphtha here. And I have this, oh yeah, that's right. I found the hotkey for this thing. I think I could change it. Yep, there we go. Page up, page down. It's numpad plus minus. However, I don't have an extended keyboard. I really do want to get one again. I wanted to get a smaller keyboard, and I don't have numpad. I suppose I could get a numpad and have it off to the side, you know, and attach it. But because I like to have a small keyboard, more mousing space. So I pulled out all this logic here, and now this right here. What is running? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot running research. So this right here is the primary driver for this gas build. So it's raw gas, and we're doing the natural gas. And condensates go back to the shale oil build to collect there. And then we have naphtha as a bonus. And now that I think about it, we should do this. Provide priority 100. So what I can do, I'm going to take that, put it this way for now, because I'd rather have the other process run, because we're getting used to that gas then, and not taxing this build unnecessarily. And I'd rather have the naphtha for as it is, you know. That's what we're after here, after all. All right, this AUG build here, I wanted to revisit this again. I made some changes to it. I've got everything going in here now. So I've got brains, meat, and skin. Now I updated the body parts area too a little bit. So everything here, I'm venting this stuff here. Well, I'm venting everything. And there is, I added a couple, some more machines for hydrogen chloride. And I have a control here that if, let's see, this one right here. Yeah, I think I've got, yeah, here is the common. So if the chlorine and acetic acid are above 99,000 even, it sends out a green signal. The green signal here, this is activate, this here, this is an output mini loader. If it's not equal to 1, it enables. So what happens is the hydrogen chloride then will take precedence. So at this point, what happens is the guts will now be used for the hydrogen chloride and vented from here. But yeah, these two are just fail safes at this point, just in case, you know, maybe there's some guts hanging around or whatever. So you got, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Now, while we're here, I wanted to talk about this oleochemical thing. I forgot about this recipe. Oleochemicals from titanium plate only. So here I am trying to use the nichrome with these other builds, these two other builds that I have. Now, one, I do need glycerol, so that's the epoxy. But the bio ore, all I need is oleochemicals. So let's get rid of that. Now, yeah, I do need glycerol and the oleochemicals, man. They're getting used. And I'll show you how I did it. So here is the bio ore, you know, for PyScience 3. And what I'm doing is I have the lard shut off here. And if the oleochemicals in the tank that I'm delivering them here now, if it drops to less than 2,000, then the lard will be utilized here. And this one, I don't need the glycerol one. So what I'm going to do is switch this from nichrome to titanium, and then I won't have the byproduct here of glycerol. So I can pull this stop out. And I just don't know why I didn't remember or see that recipe for this particular build, because yeah, the glycerol is not even needed. Although it was helpful, I think, for the time. But now that I've got the oleochemicals coming from the augs right now, this works out really well. Now the other one is the epoxy, this abomination here. I got to rework this thing. It most likely will be. So over here, I have the same situation. But the glycerol is going over to here and then down to here. So this recipe here, the ECH, needs oleochemicals and the glycerol. But it's very difficult to balance. So that's why what I was going to do is pull this out of here eventually. And then work on bringing in... I could bring in the other chemical. Oh, God, look at all this stuff here. I'll have to do a different build. So this is probably a rework here. And I really should be doing this stuff here, the zinc acetate. Oh, look at that. We got acetic acid. So this I might want to do outside of all the builds and just train it in. And, you know, there's going to be a bunch of rebuilds coming up. So I just wanted to mention that about the oleochemicals and how now having that lard conversion, you know, and with the nichrome, it's opened up a lot of options, which is really nice. So here's the original glycerol build. And I just wanted to mention that it is shut off. I started it up because I was having problems with the bedding and the augs, and I'm like, oh no, I better turn this, I better keep this in place just in case. And luckily I did, because I had to, once I fixed the bedding, then I was like, okay, now I can shut this back down. All right, way over here, I had to make some adjustments to the aug build. Now, one thing to note is that we can make plastic from casein, which is from the space cows, the Coralexes. This is an antiquated build here, and I want to get to the casein eventually, which would be nice, because it produces more plastic. And augs eat a lot of flowers, moss, and seaweed. So what I had to do here, I had to rework this build a little bit because it was running out of moss. And so now I have a moss delivery ×2, native flora ×2, and then seaweed here, because seaweed is only used for the aug food here. So, yeah, plastic wasn't farting out, but it could have. I caught it just in time. But the manure problem. What is going on with you? Oh, they're still running. Okay. So anyway, yeah, this aug build had to be updated. And so it's working really good now. And believe it or not, the moss build I have is able to support everything in the base. That moss is really good. So I did this one here the same way. So I fixed those two builds, and then to revisit the moss build over here, I did have to make some adjustments here as well. I can't remember. Hey, well, I can't remember what I did here. Oh, yeah, this is 2510 on carbon dioxide. Then I had 2,000, 1,000 on the iron sticks. The stone is 3 and 1. So that should keep it going pretty good, as you can see. And yeah, when I fixed, quote-unquote, fixed the aug build, I was afraid this was going to not be able to keep up, but it has been, and I got 2 of them. And finally, the animal parts area, I did some stuff here. I had a cyanic acid build from meat over here tucked in. It was way too tight, so I moved it up here. Look at that. So I've got one. Oh, I got an extra belt there. I'll have to take care of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cyanic acid here. So the meat coming from the aug build that I was just at, you know, I figured, well, let's just bring it down here. We'll process it. And so I got hydrogen chloride, the chlorine, cyanic acid, and yeah, all these body parts. Holy cow. So I got rid of the kite calc. I had a kite calc 2 biomass build here. For some reason, things change in the base. And, you know, like as you're doing stuff, And I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So for example, look at this. I got rid of the KiteCalc build, and now I'm like, But I can put it back in over here, you know. But I had to get rid of it because it was keeping me from adding more of these composters. Sometimes I call them recyclers. This was a failsafe here because I was having so much biomass, and I've got this carbon dioxide here just in case. So that's the capture. But this is just in case I have a surge of biomass. I want to keep it in here. All right, so we got, what was that, 13%, which is fine. What I'm going to do, I am going to kick this on. Blip, blop. And let's see what we got here. Everything! Look at that. Let's go up here. And you'll notice, up here in the mini-map, voila! We got an area here where I'm going to spin up the mushrooms, Relasias, whatever else. So this is going to be my level 2 to 3 area. And the problem is I need to have the level 2s in. I need to keep them in place for now. So what I want to do was fire this up. So I'm going to get all these things set, and then we'll work on this here. But I don't want to do this just yet because this is running. So let's go ahead and I figure that the Zyhifo won't be that much of a drain on this, because this research, even though they take a long time, the base will calm down, and then this will be the only thing running. So, what's going on with filtration? 18. I think the bots are having problems. Oh, you know what? After this is done, I'm going to run these two here. I'm getting sick and tired of it. And then this one here, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, I think I did mention it. This is a nice recipe. You get, with a little complex... Oh, we can't do it, though, because of the special small parts. Yeah, it'd be nice to get the bulk inserter. It's 5 fast to 15 bulk with the extra parts. I don't know how you're multiplying bulk inserters from 5. It's kind of like a 33% or 66% bonus with the complexity. But yeah, I don't have the special parts, so I can't run that. But I'll run this off screen as well as the bot speeds. All right, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this sucker run. Yep, there we go, level 1s. Oh, that's fast. Oh. I hope this hurries up. All right, I'll check back in when the research is done. Or if this thing pops, which I doubt. All right. See you in about 3 days. Oh, boy, folks. Looky what I have. Zyhifo Mark III. It happened right after, like a couple minutes after I cut. I was like, no way. Now, we can't rip this out yet. Like I said, we need these guys for the Navens. And that research is complete. But let's go up here. I had a frickin' damn ammonia train debacle. And I've got this on priority 100. Because I don't want to waste ammonia. I mean, that's a lot, that's resources. Okay, I set this up. I've been... This is one of the... These are really tough to do. Because there's so many avenues that you have to cover. Now, I don't think I have any more mushrooms. I don't. Okay, so I wanted to wait because, the Great Alien Sample, it will, we need it for PyScience 3. So I wanted to wait on that one. I brought these mushrooms here, the Falgway Mark IIs. And what I have here is a case, I just, any number of the Spore Mark IIs for the Falgway. And I had to set up 2. This is seed focused up, and this one up here is flower focused. I don't know why. Oh, they need the Falgway. What's going on here? Oh, I think. Oh, yeah. What I have to do is I think I have to pick off of here. and then have it to be a, you know, a storage case here. So what I got here, this one is set to 20 and it'll stop, and that way this will run here. Now the priority is going to create more spores for more mushrooms. I have 3, and that way this one kicks on. So this one here is flower based. This guy, the phase 3 breeding, we need both seeds and flowers. Luckily it's only 2 flowers there. So there you go. So then once this is fired up, once we get 5, then I can start the level 3. I'll just pull it. I'll swap the recipe out in the biofactory. But the spin up, where, you know, we get more and more, we need this to be a level 3, the Faugway. So I wanted to start here and then get it set up at least in the factory, you know, or in the bio lab, or whatever you want to call it, bio hub. I have a speaker set up here for 5. There we go. So I'll break in when I get this done. See you in a couple days. Ralasia alert! Ralasia alert! Alright, I gotta switch off all this, I think. Oh, get out of there! Okay. Let's take that great alien out. Put it in here. Oh, we're bringing more. Okay, shut up. Oh my god. Oh, this is great. You know what's fun is, you know, setting this up and then you're like, okay, this is, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Because this isn't normal production here. And it's fun because you're trying to figure out how to get more out of it. And then you finally get it. And, you know, because it's, and you know it's just a crapshoot, you know. So it was funny. Yeah, so I got 1 and 2. I was on 2 forever. Then it was 3, 4, and then finally 5. So I was like, yes, I got it. All right. Oh, yeah, and you... This is the kind of stuff that cracks me up, too. Biomass. These mushrooms, you kind of you forget. Yeah, and look at how many I had to add. I was doing max rate calculator on it, you know. I just pull over, and, you know, I got a bunch of negatives here, but it was far worse than that, you know, obviously. But, you know, I start to see, okay, the bottleneck is the Mark II Faugway. The seeds were the bottleneck because of the level 2 Faugway. That was what was going on. And I like doing this here off to the side because I'm not doing I'm not doing this mess down here. Look, it's already a mess with all these freaking things dotted all about. And the whole point of the biolab here is to, you know, you come by, you grab some modules, and then this thing will run and it'll build back up because it's, you know, the spin up is the different thing where you're fighting to get this thing going. Well, you're fighting, time is fighting you. So anyway, I ran out of, obviously, biomass. So and also flue gas. I knew flue gas was going to run out. And then I'm glad I couldn't remember what flue gas recipes there are. I don't have them committed to memory, you know, because you set them up a while ago. And so luckily there is a biomass to flue gas recipe. And I'm like, duh, I had that. I was going to do that in the ash one because we have a flue gas recipe that uses biomass there. And it's hot air. But this one doesn't need hot air. This is our next spin up. And the problem is we need the Mark III mushrooms. And at first I saw, oh, we get a 50% chance to get 2 Faugway mushroom spores. Well, you need the mushrooms to kickstart this process anyway. So that's why this had to be first, because we need to have something for the mushrooms to, you know, be consumed into. And not only that, but we need this setup here is for that level 3, you know, spin up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these little guys. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll pop. I'm going to rip this up, and then I'll show you what I get for the mushroom part. And I think the flue gas comes out. So all this trash comes out of here. So I'll see you in a couple seconds. Alrighty, folks. I think this will do it. A lot simpler design. Now, let's see here. We've got the level 4s. We'll toss those in. And oh, yeah, we got the Great Alien. So I'm going to shift right click, shift left click. Soil is moving, so I got to do that. Got a lot of soil on me. Oh, we need the Falguay, regular Falguay spores. All right, so we got to do this, and we'll just go 1, 2. Nice thing about this is it just generates them, and I'll speed it up. Now, there was a different recipe there. I'll have to look at it in a second here. So that we got. And then, yeah, I think there's a faster recipe. Now, I think that should do it. Oh, yeah, this always confused me. It's 7-second one, 8-second one. I don't know why they... Oh, and then a 6. Okay, so this is the one I want. We'll pull that up. I don't want any more crap in my inventory here. Oh, okay. That's... I copied the modules out. Right, so there we go. Now this is the spin up for the mushrooms here. And already we're generating the mushrooms. These I'll probably biomass them, you know, get rid of them. So that'll be fine. So the soil requirement, 100, that was the same for the Relasia spin up too. So 2 mushrooms will get us... yeah, it was 1 to 5, so we need 2 to 10. Look at that, folks. We got it. There it is. There it is. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna kill that, and that way it won't consume any more. Oh, you know what? No, I want to do. Come on. There. I want to do that. So, because I don't want to consume any more Great Alien samples. All right. I'm working on new rail here. Ho ho ho. And just don't mind the alarm. So here is the legacy rail. As you can see, it's red. And if you mouse over this, it's straight rail, not legacy. Shut up. Thank you for your service, though. 39. This didn't take long. There we go. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to mention. Look at this. I went into this little thing here, and I reorganized my quick bar here. And oh, this is kind of cool how they give you an image of what's the redo and what it's doing. I love that. I forgot about that. So anyway, all these things here, I'm like looking through, and I go, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need this. And then I found this toggle equipment fuel manager. Now, what it does is it removes your empty fuel canisters automatically, but it doesn't put fuel in. You have to manage that. And, well, you know, the way I look at it, it's one less thing to worry about. And lo and behold, I didn't realize this, folks, but I already had the iron-enriched biomass here because I needed the kite calcs. And I think this was for the Mark IIBs, the Arquids. So I just added this, and we're good. So right now, I am going to... Let's see. Oh, yeah. All I have to do is connect the Chelator. So it looks like, yeah, this will work there. That's already at max. So we'll just do that. There we go. So this one takes the Grod plus tailings, and we get the aluminium enriched biomass. And the reason I like this one, you know, obviously is because we get 20 versus 10. I rerouted some pipes here. Wastewater is going into this thing here, the sinkhole. And what I'm doing is I'm going to pull this up now. And now I'm going to put you down there. So I got the barreling up here. It's all wonky because the tailings are here and the Chelator for this machine. And the Chelator are here, tailings here. So yeah, you know. The first thing we have to do here is set up the level 3 shrooms. And then the Relasias will be switched over to level 3s. And then we put our Relasias in here for the seeds. We get, 8. It's 5 to 8, I think. Yeah. So I'll have, what I'll do is I'll rework this and we'll spin it up. And I think let's see. The Great Alien Sample needs a rest anyway. Look at this. I actually ran out of Great Alien Samples. So let's convert this over now. Alrighty, folks. I have outgrown the biolab. So here we have blood and the syngas. Let's go over here. And I hope this works as just a retrofit complete. Retrofit with a few adjustments here. I've got the level 3 seeds. And these will get converted into level 3 Relasia as well as the Faugue. It still takes hydrogen. And the water, it used to be water. Now it's blood. And then what I have to do is we'll do this. I have 2 for some reason because I guess I was getting impatient. So I did 2. So now what do we have here? We've got, the spores come out. Great Alien Sample, fertilizer, and the enriched stuff. So there we go. I changed the filters on these here because, we need the level 3 shroomy. And then the seeds will be here. And then, and then it kicks out Relasia, which goes here and distributes back. So this is controlled here. Oh, I got to change this to... Wait a minute. Yeah, this has got to change. Okay, our syngas is here. Oh, and what I did was the blood. Here's the blood. Okay, good. Yeah, I just decided to pipe it over instead of doing barreling because the piping was a little weird over here. Yeah, it was easier just to pop over and go up and over. All right, folks. This is the scary part. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we need 2. Uh-oh. Are you fast enough to pick it up? Yes, it got it. And now the moment of truth here. There they are, folks. 2. Now, did any go in here? No. Okay, so those 2 now. Oh, wait a minute. It's 1. Oh, 1 to 5. Right. Okay, so now we... Oh, look at that blue. I love the blue. Here's the other one. Bam. It's always hard to let go of those. Oh, wait a minute. I've got these red guys in there. Okay, now, there we go. We've got 4. We needed 4. We have 8. Now we're waiting on 2 to start the Relasias. Hours have gone by, folks, and this is what I got. There we go. It is slow going. We're on Mark II machines, trying to do Mark III stuff right now, I guess you could say. Because, everything is kind of like, we're still in the slow boat. We're still on the slow boat here until we get this all turned to blue, which is going to take a while. So that's what I have there. 200 Relasia Mark IIIs. And so the bottleneck is the Great Alien Sample. Not much I can do about it. I'm not going to do an Uber build just to spin up alien life forms here. So that's fine. Now, you'll notice that I have, this thing. However, what I'm going to have to do is we're going to focus on Navens next episode. And so right here I have a storyboard. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the spin up of these creatures. We got the Relasia and the mushroom. We got the Zyhifo now. And then what we'll do is I'll upgrade the base with these things. I'll do max rate calculator and everything. Make sure that it's all, I got to right size everything. I got to spin back over to the AUG builds and right size that too. Because I don't want all these machines that aren't being used on the map. So I'll go through and, assess all that and I'll present what I have. So thanks for watching. Peace out.